This prophet Telvin's prophecy surfaces the internet again after Muhammad's inauguration, and Traore, Ibrahim Traore, if I'm getting the name right, Burkina Faso sitting president, right, who came in with a coup d'etat. And shout out to Nakuja Blessing for having, these updates with regards to prophecies on national grounds and international wise with Prophet Telvin Soa. And these are prophecies that are very deep from Prophet Telvin Soa. And this goes this way, that there is going to be an assassination on one of the, leaders of some of the African countries like Mali, Burkina Faso, those who came in with coup d'etat and all of that, right? There's going to be an assassination on one of those leaders. And a lot of people are asking, is it going to be Ibrahim Traore, right? Or the other ones? Now, let's go into the video. And when we are done, I'm going to give you details of these coup d'etats and, the individuals who, spearheaded these kind of agendas. Let's go.
And once it's happening there, God brought me back to Africa. Only me be drew Africa don't be a minimum in understanding clearly. The president, military leader now Burkina Faso needs Niger money nyama. Na me who say they can say head something. Na bako atofem. There are 3. 1 has gone down. Oh, that's an African situation that is happening. In the African continent, one of those 3 people will fall. Military leader, no? Back then, a better form. I'm showing you the future. And now this is how happening within 10 years. Masha that name is all in 5 years. But then after the 5 years, no, Ghana, African presidency, the Lord spoke to me clearly and He brought me to a place I'm in. A bedroom baby, African presidency, need any economy president be. Oh, yes. President be any obey me, it's an Africa presidency, so a be na kono. So, what their dream be say, ube V8 tempo out me. Yes. The African continent is about to change.
A change sign.
The youth will take the country into their own hands. All over Africa. And yet demonstrations now, we are seeing demonstrations, people are shouting, no, that's not what is coming. There's a different wave that is coming.
Matching from boot for boot.
Boot for boot.
What would these they will come after you?
I am telling you, the whole Africa was upside down in the vision I was seeing. And this is all in preparation, as the Bible said, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war, in preparations to the coming of the Lord, the end time. The wars now Bible nature, and there will be, it will be, African leader, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, wherever you are in Africa. Our person won't demand so. Even if you steal 1 pencil, nipa be boeraho, abe 2 if you.
Wow.
Yes. And I'm measuring it right now to 10 years. By next year, China and Taiwan is burning. There's a lot of weight going on. Shakings are going on there. The Middle East has escalated. They have leveled many things. Israel is half gone. Half gone. Half gone. And you know what amazing thing? We even take some of the refugees. Israel is half gone. Many countries are going off. Now Russia will rise up again. Russia will rise up in January the 19th. You're writing the dates down. And February the 22nd, Taiwan will be fully taken over. Because certain things will begin to happen in December towards that place. And it will build up to January. That time, Russia will also activate something different in January the 19th. And the 22nd, Taiwan will be hot. And then, at that angle, battles will also be going on in Russia. Because somebody close around Russia ally will go down. and he will rise up again. The same way I'm chairman, assassination in the Middle East, and now be at your no be hadrian called Middle East war because and I near free Middle East because now America for your map park on the month for you and no be was not exploiting said. I told you people 3 years ago, so 2 years ago. Now, once that happens over there in Russia, Russia will start advancing towards the war in Ukraine. Pinikra, because by this thing, war no kakra in December there. So November ending 29th, they will calm the war. And me will date yeah, so they know but people always say, how does he know the date and the time? Yeah, because I've gone to the time plane, so I'm reading, I'm watching the time plane, so I know exactly what season and what timing. Because Namika say simple business. By morning, all of us know who is the victor of the election. The same applies to this same operation. We share that angle now. By that time, Russia are rising. No, so invade fully, going in, it will become a full clear war. Now America for the Omuajimuha, now Mudi Omuajimuha, now battle will be going on back and forth. And in that regard, America, me who say America at Chini Wabetri, one air course no, now Ukrainian America at Chini Wabetri. He came out of the war. I don't know why he came out of the war. But that is beyond a level. I don't want to keep poking into the angle. But once I poke into that place, I have to connect the rest to it and explain everything. But make a check within the surface, the shortest period of time. Right now to 5 years, Assembly American. And in that timeline, one of the military leaders cut down. Another coup will take place. I be you before free, so now we are bedding. Another person, which means that at the end of the 5-year term, we have 6 military leaders that have taken over the country. 6 different African countries will be taken over by military. And in that regard, there won't be peace or quietness. Yes, in Africa. Demonstrations, protesting, because they want to take the country for themselves. The youth want their country for themselves. And to do that level, wow, person on the African president, you'll be scared.
True.
Because that campaign, you won't do that. You have to say the truth. Because you won't have any comfort. And I've seen that time very clear. Every part, they will shake your feet and they won't stop. Nothing will stop them until they remove the president. People will be killed, so many things will happen, they will still not allow. They'll still keep fighting. And that's what is coming. Now, I've seen it very clear. I told you people the last time, say, me won't say na mo for the America, na soldier for ni pa share mo na ban pound for pound. It is coming within the same few years. So at the end of the day, I always say, if there is any truth, any hope, anything that has to be done right, Africa has less than 2 years to put those things together. Because once the Middle East is hot, America is hot, Taiwan is hot, Russia is hot, there is everywhere. We are hearing, we're so sorry, and a say, na nipa na ewu. Bomb anyway, on TV so. And once I seen that the leaders in Africa, you to the military, I said, me say one Bible can't say you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. There will be wars and everything, conquest and everything. Yet you can't say agro, even at your own doorsteps. Bones and echoes.
Na express prof baby we are seeing kasa aircon and ye asumdwe so.
Not at all.
Na that is a we are no near Bible can efa nyoma ebesisi na
Everybody bad.
And then say ehun ni ase abuche no kwa me ko bi ehun. But the way I'm Ibrahim person which me Ghana for because the aircon.
I mean, I always say, Uti said the end time is at hand, and our chamba and say, Unja be our year to continue doing what you're doing, so far as it serves the great interest of godliness. And once I live your life, because once you're living your life, you're going forward. Now we're the old CC Wakwine, and they go with it.
Na power play na ɛkɔ so a na deɛn na asan asɔre nti ɛbɛma saa nneɛma wei
Okay.
Say deɛ sɛ nka efi sɛ ne bi aba nso obi ate ne ho ase yɛ ni problem bia ɔwɔ China ɔyɛ o businesses Russia ɔnam ɔbaa bi America na ɛsɛ saa all of a sudden we say me a boss, we say me a champion, we say me a see na ɛsan de saa akosɛm
ni na aba. Yeah. So the battle it is heading towards the Armageddon war, and it's a very crucial problem. It is a spiritual war, a war of religion. That is the final thing that is coming. And in that angle, a situation we say there are some countries on the face of the earth. They are demonic entities, awoken forces that are leading the country. And those people are trying to settle the world in a specific agenda, an order that they will control. But there are other parts of the world that are also not allowing the work to be done. And that is the conclusion of the scripture. The two will merge into fight. And when they crash into fight, then the world will end. That's the end of the world. So it's a long process. We are still in it.
Some bank when for they say dear chese udane kwa hanuma hey uba fie so hey chese okay na chese Africa there youth na better time
youth na they will rise up, they will fight, they will demand, and we will demand our right. We are all the youth. Yes,
at least I'm not there.
I'm not there yet. Then one important thing is that in time, one thing I realized is that there was a change. While the world was shaking and everything, Africa was rising. Oh, Africa! Many African countries were rising. Rising because people took over their country. I said by now, by 2028, there are more than 6 military leaders. Coup everywhere. Absolutely. And some of the time, the youth will take over the country and the military will come in. It was a total mess.
Wow. I was for Prophet there, Jana said on Casa, but cancer be
So there has been a number of coup d'etats, especially from 2020 to the year 2023, right? And 2024, okay? There has been a number of coup d'etats, right? So I'm going to give you a profile, like a detail, on these particular happenings or events, so to say, right? These particular happenings, right? Niger, on July 26, 2023, the military announced that they had overthrown President Mohamed Bazoum, right? So it happened in Niger as well. Then we come back to Burkina Faso, right? Burkina Faso, 2 patches in 8 months. All right. So President Roch Marc Christian was ousted, right? And then I don't know whether you guys are getting the sound. I believe so, right? And then from power by military Lieutenant Colonel Paul Henry Sandago, Damiba was inaugurated president in February. And on September 30th, Damiba was in turn dismissed from his position by the military captain Ibrahim Traore. So Ibrahim Traore also took over from that military man, right? And so it has been 2 transitions in that particular country, Burkina Faso, right? Burkina Faso, right? So we come to Sudan, and there has been another military coup d'etat right there in Sudan. Okay, you guys could look the military man who did that up. You can look it up. I don't want to give you all the G's right here. And then we come to Guinea. That also happened in 2021. There has been a transition in 2021. And in 2023, there was war due to a power struggle between General Brehani and his former deputy Mohamed Hamdani. Daglo has killed at least 5,000 people in the country. Let's come to Guinea on September 5th, 2021. President Alpha Conde was overthrown by a military coup, right, by Colonel Mamadi Doumbouya, right? And then Mali, two coups in 9 months, two coups in 9 months, right? And I think one on August 18, 2020, President Ibrahim Boubacar, right? And then on May 24th, 2021, the military arrested the president and the Prime Minister Colonel Assimi Goita was inaugurated in June as transitional president. So these are happenings in the African region. Regards, and most of these countries are francophone countries, right? So people who don't understand francophone means French speaking countries, right? So these are the countries that have experienced this coup and all of that. But Prophet Telvin Sowa is saying that there is one of the guys who have, led the coup who is going to be assassinated. But there's one popular amongst them who is Ibrahim Traore, who is doing marvelous, marvelous. I'm not saying I support coup d'etat. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just trying to give you some of the things he has done when he came. I mean, he reduced, you know, he cut the salary of the ministers and MPs or something like that, right, by 30% and giving it to government workers and all of that. I mean, if any citizen hears that, it makes sense, right? So it's just what an African, an average African needs, right, to hear. And it's powerful and other things that he's been doing. But he hasn't left out bringing ammunitions and arsenals to, their country because, I mean, the agenda is by military rule. So recently I saw in the news, Ibrahim Traore imported more, you know, ammunitions, those kind of things, right? He was testing some by himself and all of that. I mean, it's military rule, so we don't expect anything less of that. So the question is, who is it gonna be? That's the question. Who is it gonna be? Amongst all of these people who spearheaded this coup d'etat agenda, who is it gonna be? Who is gonna be assassinated? And trust me, it is not far fetched being assassinated as a coup, as a leader who came in by coup d'etat. We have seen it. If you pay attention to African history, pay attention to Ghanaian history, then you see that it has happened times to that number in this country, Ghana itself. I'm not saying coup is going to come to Ghana. Those of you who don't pay attention when I'm talking, right? I'm just trying to give you a reference to what happened. So these people can really be assassinated by, you know, other media, I said media, other military generals who will come back together and then take this one off. Or sometimes when you find yourself in another country, before you come back to your country, everything will just be messed up, right? So that is what Prophet Telvin Soa is saying. Who is it going to be? Is it going to be the Mali, one, Ibrahim Traore from, Burkina Faso? And whatnot, right? We just pray there is peace in the African region like never before. That's all we pray for. But the prophet Telvin Soa have to definitely give you this one. And I think I need to bring it to you guys after the inauguration because it's powerful, right? My name is Shadanisha. I love to break down gospel messages like this. Make sure you subscribe, share, like this video, and make sure you put out some post notification. If you haven't subscribed to the backup channel, make sure you subscribe to it, put out some post notification. Honestly, thank you for watching this video. I'm out.